Okay, dokie. And we're live. Let's reset this. I'm going to start off tonight with Overgrown from Emberx. He sent it in to me. How stunning is this? Isn't this just the prettiest thing you have seen? I don't know what the purpose of that particular flash black in front of the screen is, but I quite like it. I notice a little bit of audio coming in now. Oh, sorry, the light's a bit harsh there. How divine is that? Oh, my hair. What's up with my hair? I thought that was rather lovely, and I think that's a great way to start a stream. But tonight is all about remixing, though I do like to take a peek at the things that have been sent to me at the start of a stream. Another one that was sent with me is Menjo sent his other... Thermo knows it's time to go. Just say no to the Thermo. The splitter breaking off there. I thought that was quite a cute little scene. So I thought that was quite lovely. But yeah, so that's all that we have been sort of playing around with on the Dreamiverse. But now what we are going to do is we are going to explore the bits. So we're going to be looking for remixable things. By preference, we're going to be looking for elements. And let's order by trending for the moment. Or actually, or do we go for newest? We could go for newest. Until people send in stuff, we are going to be sort of playing around, judging them out. Some of it's going to be educational. Some of it's just going to be silly. Blocks by Craig Spock 71. Okay, they're level 29, so this is, I'm guessing, relatively early on in their stuff, and I'm guessing this is for a level they're working on. Not immediately inspired by that one. Let's take a peek at what else we got. Imp 2.0, Pinocchio, that's kind of cute. Gaming Mouse, Banana Plant, Gravo Gimmo. This is by, it's a remix of Slimo Gimmo by Freakazilla. This is also by Freakazilla, so it's a remix of this, which is a remix of this, which apparently doesn't really have anything. Okay. And let's see, Freakazilla is... Well, Freakazilla's done a shit ton of stuff. Quite a lot of stuff. Ooh, I'm kind of curious what... LBP. Ah, okay. So they're trying to create some LBP stuff. Fair enough. Let's go on. Sculpture Practice Elfia. Interesting. I'm not yet inspired. We're just gonna look around for a bit more. Nerf dart. Interesting. Frame and mattress. Bed frame. Knee protection. Bricks. Just go through. Well, carrot. Oud Grey. Level 20. Oh, okay. So this is, I'm guessing, one of... Hey, Damper, how are you doing? We're looking at the sort of remix land. Huh. That actually makes me wonder what, if we search for carrot, what kind of stuff is coming up? Like, does the Dreamiverse have any solid carrots? Okay, so we've just got that one that we looked at there. That's another sort of carrot, top of the carrot. Okay, what is top of the carrot? I'm curious. So it's not a character, it's just got eyes on it, but it's not actually like possessable or animated. Juicy Turtle's got a pretty good carrot. I suppose we should change this around to the most recommended carrot. Okay, so the Dreamiverse has some rather lovely carrots on it. I don't know. See, the thing is with these remix streams, and we're going to have to feel it out. Wow, okay. There's so many lovely carrots. I don't feel like we need to extend the definition of carrot here. Oh. Browsal. There we go. And sort and filtering. We want remixable only. And let's filter this down a bit. Let's filter it down to elements. And let's go newest. And yeah, let's just sort of pick through. Hey Teja, how you doing? We're doing a remix stream, so I'm just hunting down for some stuff that I feel like remixing it. So this is just looking for anything that we feel like we can remix and do a silly mix, or we can do an educational mix. Metal flagpole. This looks kind of interesting. Scared Serenity Part 5 by Spartan. Okay, so this is from their... That's a harsh remix. Okay. Let's look at it. Oh wow, I rather love that trick they've done there with a physical stroke, and then they've made that glow. That's really rather lovely, and I love what they've done with the pole there. Honestly, I don't feel like I need to add much onto that. Fun. Let's check out this Khaliv's. What has Khaliv been up to? My sculptures, my creations, ancient times coming soon, cave. So they've been playing around nicely. Creepy Sackboy painting. They've been publishing a bunch of different stuff. I don't think they need. Chest. We could do the classic thing that we love doing. Well, let's look at stencil remover. Stencil remover is 42, so they've done a fair bit. I don't know. Oh my god, this cloud boy is kind of adorable. Once I figure out how, update added ability to make it rain. Press and hold triangle. Okay, that's kind of adorable. Okay, so should we remix a character? That's going to be kind of a big ask. Maybe we should not dive into character, but I do quite like the look of what they've been working on, and I feel like I do love this two trees. They've got this really sort of simple style. Simple barrel. I mean, there's so many barrels and chests on the Dreamiverse at this point, right? It's like I want to add. I really want to add, but a lot of these ones that are really obvious and immediate to edit. So like this chest they've done. Obviously they've got two versions of it here. They've got this, and then they've got this, which I'm assuming they've done the right thing here. Oh, and they've even jointed it. You see, this is why I haven't been doing as many remix streams. The Dreamiverse is in good hands, people. It's in good hands. I mean, there is some immediate stuff that could be improved. Like they could, I would probably take these and I would group it in with the base. But I mean, it's such a small thing, because this is the other problem, right? Is if you've hooked things up like this, now you can't grab the we're learning, lol. Yeah, you can't grab the lid. So the way to solve that is to just take these bits here and select these bits here, and there, there. And if you want to make sure you don't accidentally move anything, you can grab grid snap, and then you can grab those, and then you just tunnel in. Oh, out a bit. Should be about there. Okay, so now it's still ungroup. Okay, so now you're in a situation where you can grab. Oh, hold on, turn off grid mode. You're now in a situation where you can grab the lid. And what you probably want to do is you probably want to make sure that your X-rays on here. And again, don't be shy with your your joints. Make your joints sort of right scale. And there we go. So that blue doesn't line up with where the chest is, and if you make it line up, it'll just be easier to visually track. So you do that, and you do that, and if you just bring it down to here, and you make the springiness a little bit higher, don't go that tight, and make sure that you set this group to, sorry, not this group. Make sure you've set this. Oh, actually, hey, Embergs, we started the stream, by the way, with your lovely scene you sent to me. Thanks for that. That was really quite stunning. Oh. So a good way to make sure you're at the extreme edge of where you want to be is drag this yellow handle and drag the blue handle down, and then it'll be set there. Right. So the other thing you want to do is whenever you're making grabbables like this, is to make sure that these bits here, you just disable all the collision on all of this stuff. I really wish we had a way to just sort of paint those settings on that. But what you want to do is you want to disable all the collision on these individual bits. Disable the... oh, sorry about that. It was really fantastic. Really, really fantastic. Though you can ask me one question. Why does the black swoosh across just as the camera settling? Is that intentional? Because I thought it might just be to set tone or whatever, but I wasn't certain. But yeah, so you want to make these not movable, and then you want to put an invisible collision shape in there so you can grab that. And then if you go to play, you can just... oh, sorry. I didn't do the thing that I needed to do, which is go in... as I say, you go in here, you make all these bits not interact with the imp. Physics cost low, and you turn off the collision, and yeah, you go through all that. But then after you've done that, what you need to do is you come in here and you just grab one of these boys. Grid snap. Yeah, you just grab one of these boys and hemisphere it. Bollocks, I didn't want that. There we go. Hemisphere. Just rotate that. Give me a sec. Rotate. There we go. And then come in. Oh, we're going to have to turn off grid mode because it's not built on the grid, which is always a pain. Give me one sec. So yeah, if we go in about yay much. that looks about right. We can tweak it a smidge, bring this in a smidge. Okay, but now the important bit is once you have done that, you stamp that in. Oh, stupid Claire. Undo. Sorry, I forgot my top tip. Make sure it's nice and magenta so you don't get confused later on, because you will get confused. And then you just do a little bit of adjust. This becomes your proxy physics object. And the most important bit to make this a grabbable open chest is to come in here and in your collision bits, make it not visible, make it grabbable. You don't need to turn physics quality up to high. The way it's done there should be enough. But yeah, turn down its density so it has no effect. And now if I play, the imp tip will glow and you'll be able to lift open the chest. The springiness is fighting us a bit there, so we just need to adjust the springiness. Down. Springiness is sort of the return to the default state. And now you've got... Oh, that's interesting. Why is that? Why is that still returning like that? Oh, I know what it is. Collision is going to be our problem. I'll check that in a sec. Also, did the camera blur effect? Ah, yes, I thought so. I wasn't 100% certain because you had some movement in the scene, so it was a bit hard to tell. But yeah, just for tone, I was thinking the older adventure movies when I made the piece. I really like the movies that did that a lot. Oh, nice, 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 nice. That's the swipe across, I'm assuming. Yeah, so the if you ever get that movement straight away like that, then you're almost certainly in a situation where you've got collision issues. Collide with connected is turned off. That's good. And yeah, so what you'll need to do is just... Yeah, I was speaking to Anton about this. It would be lovely just to have a thing where you can visualize everything that's got collision turned on, and you can basically go in and paint the collision off, or like just mass turn collision off, or at least visualize it so you could know... Oh, stupid me. So you could know how much work there was left to be done. Collide off and physics. Okay. I think that set them to them all. Okay, that's set there. And those have both been set right. So my brain is slightly going because I'm just waking up still. If you double click, you can select all objects in the group in the tweak menu. Yeah, it doesn't always work, I find. So I end up doing the default thing. But let me give it a go. Give it a go. Turn off collision and make sure that the interaction is ignored. Okay. Okay, so now if we drag that down, play. Okay, now you've got to be careful of the way, and you'll notice how it's hinging badly there. That'll be because it's not built on grid. So we can just fix that up for this person quick. And the way to fix that up, the easiest way is, first of all, when you're building a prop, don't only shove on the grid, but shove on the floor and bring yourself, we're near the center. Scale it up a bit because it is a bit small. Okay, so now we turn on the grid. Actually leave floor on just so I have it, and then just align to grid. grab both things aligned to grid so we don't break that connection. Okay, dokay. I think that's mostly correct. Gonna just turn on precise move for a second. Just do that by eye. There we go. And Keld! Oh, thank you, Keld, for dropping by, and thanks for the sub. Much appreciate. I love your emotes. They're adorable. I hope you enjoy mine. Super sad to hear about your internet. That is extreme shittiness. Extreme shittiness. I keep on meaning to switch away from my internet provider because they're super expensive at the moment and they're not the best. But one of the reasons I'm super nervous too is I know whenever switching internet providers, you can get into a shitty situation with all of that. Yeah, I've been thinking about doing more stuff with Twitch. There's a whole. So for the longest time, I have I wouldn't say jokingly, I would say seriously, I have said, and I do still believe this, that you know, my day job is my day job and Twitch is Twitch, right? And so I'm like, I don't get too hung up on like the details of Twitch. And then I had this period where basically I was working on oh man, that's annoying. That is so annoying. I had this period where I was basically working on myself and working on some stuff, and while I was doing that, I was considering like, what do I want to do more of? And one of the things I realized is I couldn't do the 5 days a week stream thing. It wasn't going to work in the current situation. But also, I fucking love doing Twitch and I love doing this kind of stuff. And so I do need to give it a bit more seriousness in my scheduling and in my planning, and just, you know, consider it like, you know, like an actual serious performance and a serious thing that I do. Not like serious and like, I'm super serious, but more in a, okay, so we do need to put the faux bottom back on. But at least now that hinge there is working. We're going to fix up the person's lid for them. We're in a remix mood, by the way, tonight, Cal. So if you're amenable to it, we'll happily go in and remix a bunch of your work. If you have been a good dreamer and published some remixable content for the Dreamiverse, I'd happily go in and fuck about with some of your stuff. And we find it a very sort of fun and educational way just to muck about with what Dreams has to offer. So we've sort of done that there. We've got that there. Now obviously we could go into the sculpting bit and improve the sculpting bit a whole bunch, and we could like tweak about performance and stuff. But honestly, I just wanted to tweak the grabbable part of this. So let's go into here. And now this is an important tip, by the way, because what I'm about to do is going to look a little bit weird, and then when I explain it, you'll understand the thinking that is in my my brain. So first of all, we go to our magic magenta for our invisible physics objects. And we go here, expand that a smidge, expand that a smidge, oh. And we're going to actually shove grid on in a second. I just want to use off grid to get roughly the right size. Okay, and then we're just going to go into grid mode, grid. Stamp it and then adjust it, because adjustment is so much easier in the land of, oh, stay upright. Adjustment is so much easier in the land of movement because we can do that very, very soft press. Though much is still unpublished still. Oh, no, that's fine, that's fine. We will grab something after this, Cal, and we will go dig in your chest of wonders and see what we can find for ourselves. So, the trick here is we've made this as our... Boink. Going to make this as our collision object, collidable, invisible. Now, important thing here though is you can give this a layer, right? So we can give this a layer like, I don't know, call it missile, weapon, call it machine. It doesn't actually have to be machine, like it doesn't have to be a machine to use that label. But the reason we give it that label is when we are opening the box, right? Actually, let's go into play mode. So now the imp is correctly blocked, right? We've got that imp interaction there. But now the reason why we have that collision group is if you want to actually put something in here. Let's say we wanted to put, let's grab some random. I was kind of actually thinking to myself the other day, I would love just a completely, so, okay, here's a dual shock. Oh my god, it's a massive thing. Don't worry, we're gonna undo it in a sec. So say we want to put a dual shock in here. At the moment, the dual shock is bouncing off. But if you say it doesn't collide with machines, then it falls through. And then what you can do is you can actually put in a different collision group that is just the walls, and you can use that as your wall collision group, and you can make it not collide with the lid, and so you can do some smart stuff there. Of course, the other simple thing is if you want to keep it really simple, you can here we go. If you want to keep it really simple, you can in your visibility guide, thank you, hide everything else. If you do want to keep it simple, you can do that subtractive work on your collision shape. Though the moment you do this, by the way, the collision will immediately become immensely more complex on the chest. So that is something worth bearing in mind. It'll still be less complex than if you had used the full multi-form shape thing that we had done. But it will be more complex. And the place you will feel this is not in your thermometer. The place you will, well, you'll feel this in your thermometer in terms of physics ball calculations, but the place you'll really feel this is in your runtime performance. So, yeah, labels, like collision labels, are super handy. Oh dear, looking at that, that's just a smidge wonky. We probably want to fix that. No, hold on. What is up? Okay, if, by the way, you've got this problem where you hold this and you notice it's not actually going up, the thing that's actually misaligned is the brush. And so now if you... Oh, why is that not realigning? That's funny. Normally, if you do that, stay upright. There we go. Aha. Okay. So, if you realign there, then the brush is corrected. And so now when you use the stay upright command, it'll actually stay upright like you would expect. There we go. Right. And so you've got your opening chest and you can drop bits in it. Very, very simple. We're just going to save that off. Quick save. I'm going to save that as, what, a contraption probably? We'll save that as a contraption. We'll just say working chest, and we will go working chest remix. Okay, and then we'll just put some notes in, and then we'll move on to save and release as public. Contraption. Okay, version notes. Edit cover page. Yeah, that's fine. We can't edit the thing from here. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna publish it like that. And normally I do the immediate edit in the keyboard, but it's gonna be quicker for myself if I just go here and go my profile and I go creations, and I go most recent. Click on this and tools. There we go. And it's going to say this is a ReMix-ah-lot. Okay, this is remix of chest we found to align the lid properly and show off proxy collision objects. There we go, and that'll be why is that not? There we go. ReMix-ah-lot chest working. Cool. That is all saved up. That is all tagged up. Don't forget to tag your stuff. It is super handy and it's super useful. Yeah, sculpting at angles, it's not a huge issue. It's only when you're trying to make stuff functional. And if you ever sculpt off grid or off axis, don't stress about it. You can always fix it later. You don't need to get super mechanical about it. I do love watching Dreams on Twitch. And let us go dig into Cald's. Let's go dig into Cald's box of treasures. So, we're going to have to go via Dream Surfing. We're going to have to go to Dreamers. And we will search for Cald. There he is. You got an angry devil imp at the moment. So Random Quest. How is Random Quest coming along? Actually, I haven't played it in quite some time. Has it changed much? Oh, interesting. So I haven't seen it in a while. So let's take a peek at this before we remix it. Those dice are font, or are those dice? Are those dice Unicode font? Connection is dipping, probably hard. I won't be able to stick around. No worries. Feel free, by the way, to if you are able to switch around, to switch to audio only if you just want to hear if there's questions or bits and bobs. That is sometimes something I do when I'm lurking in streams and my connection's a bit wobbly. Oh, I love the unicorn that you've added. Oh man, okay. Oh, that one has really taken us all over the place. Can we bounce on the big one? We can bounce on the big one. Okay. Watch the rerun later. Take care, Cald. Well, Cald, I feel bad because we are about to jump into your toy box and we are going to remix a bunch of stuff. And please, everything I say is in love. Even if you're not here to respond. Take care. Because yeah, the thing with these remix streams, and I do love doing these remix streams, if I'm ever critical of someone's work, it is only in a positive way. We don't actually, even when I go, oh God, what were you thinking? I'm more curious as to what you actually were thinking than going, oh word, oh there's the angry pom coming along. Is the angry pom going to send us on to the next random? Bow before me, peasants. I will eat your shoes, your whole shoes, and your shoe soles. Let's see what the next. Oh my god. Okay, that is very much needed. Oh man, I've got to go through the cats again. The cats at the start is a bit of an imposer. I've got to admit for myself. Let's just take a peek at the map because I'm curious. Because you haven't locked this all first person radioactive. I've seen you work on tofu a lot. I've not seen explosive propane tanks. Original scene by. Oh. Okay. Great. Okay, so let's as we were saying, let us go into this and let's see if we can remix some stuff. What are we going to play with? Obviously, there's the whole scenes. That's quite a big remix that we could totally dive into. Random Quest scrapbook. So a lot of this is stuff that Cald has pulled together for what he is going to be using. Let's invisible gummy bear squishies. Idea. Oh wow, invisible objects are squishing the gummy bear. Oh, I rather love that. I do rather love that as a concept. Okay, but let's dig in. Sweet sculptures. This is sweet sculptures you found. Pixel-art Asimov. That is oh, it's by Super Gaming Lizard as well. Oh my god, that is adorable. Really is adorable. Okay, I'm looking for a remix though. I'm looking for, here we go, bowl of ice cream. Here we go. Oh. Currently viewing. Can we not? No, not my preferences. We are going to have to go out. Okay, let's go out here, go out here, go out here. Dream shaping. Browse and create. Browse. And we are going to have to find Cald here because I did the stupid thing of looking in the play mode instead of the edit mode. So I can't actually remix at the moment, which is very, very, very silly of me. Right, so let's find that bowl of ice cream. That's a great flashlight. Flashlight 0v1. I'm curious. I am curious. Thanks for the logic, Kelby Jones and Supposer. So where is the so if I do play, there's a grabby there's a grabby bit there, and you're meant to do that. And then what's down here? Okay. All right. That's interesting. I don't know what we would add to that. Looking around at it. I mean, obviously one thing you could do is you could put, like, at the moment the torch beam doesn't match up with the oh, what's that? Oh, using the text displayer as your lens. Interesting concept. But yeah, I'd say your bigger problem here is the okay, so if you get rid of that for the moment, let's just get the hold on, let's get it into on mode. There we go. Just edit that rather than searching through all the logic. Now, obviously, if you dive into here and you move the lens into here, you get blocked. Though if I believe, it's been a while, but if I believe in your settings here we go. Cast shadows. So if you say never cast shadows, then if you move, oh dear. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to come in here, we're going to grab our freeze tool, freeze tool. Going to freeze that. Oh, maybe we don't want to freeze that. Oh, no, we do want to freeze that. We were just in the wrong scope. There we go. Okay, so now if we move this in. Okay, so now with the shadow option turned off, if we go into X-ray. Now with the shadow option turned off, we can pull this all the way back here, and now the light is operating as expected. Now I'm just curious if I'm going to just make it wider than it needs to be at the moment. There we go. That's what I thought the problem was. So obviously you've got to get the beam as you kind of want it. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to just turn on grid. And now if you make the grid a bit more, and you sorry for so what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to grab, oh dear, I'm going to grab the actual light gadget. I'm going to take the light gadget out there. I'm going to, and now I'm going to take this thing here and we're going to set the grid to oh shit, sorry. We're going to set the grid to we need a studio lighting on, please. We're going to set the grid to the center of this thing here. There we go. You can tell it's centered when the dots are roughly right, and that's going to allow us to move. Oh wait, we want to keep the light icon out here, but then we want to move this in. Okay, now turn off studio lighting. Okay. So you see there, the angle is not quite right. I think this thing's been built a little bit squonk. It's hard to tell. No, it's about right. It's about right. Okay, cool. But yes, the real trick here is disable that. If we go into this bit here, which is frozen, we'll unfreeze that in a tick. Unfreeze all. And then in this sculpture here, if Scar Shadows is off, so have we caught? Okay, there is another object that we are catching. Okay, so we'll move this forward a smidge. Oh, it's really annoying. You want to just move. If we turn off, turn on precise move. There we go. I want to grab. I just want to move the actual. No. Why is it not there? We go. So yeah, we just want to keep it inside the thing, so it's not illuminating the outside of that. And then we just need to fix up a few stray bits like this bit here. If you if you hide that, there we go. So now you see the bits that are causing us bother. So now,
did you get your paw stuck in it and it didn't come off until you jumped off? Well, I've caught pixel.
come in here, stay upright.
Yeah, probably, and it has cats on it, so it must be for cats. Exactly. Gee whiz, hey Vertex. So silly.
Okay, and delete that. And we turn on grid mode.
Yeah, I'm like, I need to do laundry, but at the same time, I'm a little tired.
We flip. This is just so we don't accidentally add more sculptures to the.
Apparently, it's just going to get hotter as well, so we might need to start putting ice in the cat's water.
There we go. Right, and then this one here needs the same treatment, where it gets the bit that is clipping the light trimmed off. And then we go into our hide tool. And we unhide everything. Unhide all. Okay, and so now the light beam, when it comes out of the torch, is actually more representative of what you would expect. The last thing left to fix up, potentially, is the... so I'm curious as to why the fog gadget, actually. So that's grabbed. I'm guessing because they want the beam. to be visible. Yeah, I think it's because they want the beam to be visible. Okay. I'm just going to take this sun and sky gadget. I'm just going to move it over here. And I'm going to put these into a group. And I'm just going to go into here. And I'm going to just spray paint a big ass. Here we go. And we're just going to spray paint. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? We need our surface snap. We're just going to spray paint. Delete. Oh. Me. Okay, so that way you know that that's the bit you can delete, and it has all the sky grade gadget and that stuff. And the fog gadget, I've got to admit, I'm not a huge fan of it. My personal inclination would be to put the fog gadget onto. Here we go. If we go into here and we do that, and we just change this to a nice big old red, and do that. Wow, that is not coming in. Why is it not grabbing it? Ah, there we go, because it was grouped. So I just do that. It's because we got X-ray still turned on. And that is the come out here. We're gonna grab that and we're gonna do that. And we're gonna do that. Because I personally am not a huge fan of the fog. Right, and that way that should all be good. So now that way if you delete that, you get rid of all of that. Okay, cool. Cool beans. Okay, so the next question is about the reflective lens. My personal bet for the reflective lens is I'd probably reach for the sphere, and first thing I'd do is I would oh, I've got it the wrong way around. No worries. Smoosh it in like that. There we go. It's just align to grid to help my life and my sanity. We'll just stamp that down, come out, turn off grid filter. Okay. Actually, hold on. Before you do that, Claire, can you delete that, turn grid back on? Oh, shoot. Oh, I've lost that. So tell you what, I'll just grab a big old edit. Embergs, oh, question about, oh god, that's a huge text dump. Try not to do that. That wall of text is, shall we say, not the most readable. One sec, I will try parse it. It just, it's a lot of text. Okay, so come out here. Tried line break, put chat, but yeah, no, that's always with Twitch. You want to send it in individual messages. Scene working on, puppet walking down the path. I recorded the action of the possession recorder. My problem is that if I move the recording to a timeline, it shifts the position that the puppet follows in the scene. This makes it difficult to edit a sequence of events. Is it because the possession recorder works with the position local to the gadget itself and not in the world? I have the same problem with moving a timeline. So there is settings for this. There are settings for this, I have to admit. I have not been in that code as much, so it is an area I'm not as versed in. Okay, so we're going to just never emit light from go, never cast a shadow. We're just going to turn this up enough that it has a bit of reflected light in here. Now, I believe we want this to be shiny, and we want this to be waxy. Now, if this was an actual torch, the inside of the torch rim would probably also be the same material as this. One of the things you would actually get if this was, if you really wanted to up the lensy quality of this, what you probably want to do is you want to do kaleidoscope. We are going to look at that possession gadget in a sec, by the way. I haven't forgotten about that. I'm just going to try finish my train of thought. So yeah, if you do this and you come in like, turn off the, we need to turn off the color. We need to turn off grid mode because grid mode is actually not helping us out here. Make it nice and flat. There we go. So now if, oh wait, I'm in the wrong tool. Silly me. I need to be in stamp tool. There we go. Whoa, it's freaking out. Why is it freaking out so badly? Oh, because I've got surface snap turned on. Oopsie. Turn off surface snap. There we go. Okay, so what you want to actually do is, yeah, we're going to have to turn down the glow. What you want to actually do is you want to come in here and probably actually want to turn up kaleidoscope even more, to be honest. Because if you ever look at a torch head, you don't want to turn it up too much, otherwise the effect will be lost. If you ever look at a torch head, the one of the first things you will notice is it's not actually like a perfect it's not actually like a perfect oh, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not a perfect trapezoid flat thing, because a lot of them are sort of plastic cast stuff, and so they have a lot of these, oh, what's the word for it? There's a word for it. But yes, and also the reason why we're seeing that weirdness there is because the glow, that is really fascinating actually, how the glow is playing around there. I feel like that could be used for an effect for something. What color is the inner hull? Huh. Yeah, you see, because if you turn this glow off and you come in here and you play around with the inner hull glow, you'll get a more specky glow. Fascinating, fascinating, fascinating. Honestly, I think if you just do that, it should probably be enough. But yeah, you can play around with it. You probably just want to muck about with that. Okay, and we are going to save that as, and we'll go look at your possession gadget issue contraption. Remix of Torchlight 0v1. Okay, do that. And we just come back here. Refresh. Oh wait, we haven't saved it online. Save and release as public. Save. Public forever. Yes. Okay, and so we want to just edit on that. And working flashlight remix. We remixed this one to show how to do a wider beam angle and use cast shadows correctly. This is a torch, lamp, oh wait, torch light, torch, and working. Okay, cool. And save. Oh, also ReMix-ah-lot. There we go. We're going to be tagging all the stuff that we remix tonight as ReMix-ah-lot. Okay, so let's look at your thing about the. Let's take a peek at the thing you were talking about possession gadgets and remind myself of the functionality. Right, so we are, because fuck the basic puppet is our motto. We are going to grab a character. Let's grab this itself chap. Oh, it comes with a whole thing. Okay, let's just see if this character's got any craziness on it. Okay, cool. Got a little tail, hair. It's cute, isn't it? See, this is why you never go for the basic puppet, man. There's so much inspiration on the Dreamiverse. You can always replace the character later if you intend to replace the character later, but in the meantime, use something interesting. Okay, so you were saying when you use the record possession, okay, it's like, I'm gonna record possession. Hello, I'm very evil. Da 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 da. Jump. Bunk. Right to the edge. I'm not jumping off the edge, I promise. Oh, fuck it. Ah! Okay. Okay, so now you're saying that if you move that, see, that hasn't changed. The possession location does not change. However, there are some settings in here that can affect it. One of them is place it onto a timeline. Okay, will do. Will do. Because it might be a bug. You might have found a bug. And before I place it onto a timeline, so keep changes as if you want things to travel is if you want things to travel around, which basically just repeats the animation. Reverse, keep changes. There used to be another setting on here. Oh, we must have taken away. Okay, cool. There was another setting on here that I was thinking about. So when we move this onto here, so now if we move the timeline, if we scale the timeline, no. Though one thing you have to be aware of, by the way, is here, if you So we're just going to we're going to zoom the canvas. The reason we're going to zoom the canvas is so that it covers more time visually, and we can see that. So now, if you grab this edge, that's doing a speed up. Let's put it into once mode. That's doing a speed up. There was another. No, that's not what I want. Stop recording. Yes, because if you do the fade, okay, if you fade it, it still does the exact positions because it's working with absolute positions. Now, bear in mind, this might be also how you've, because basically what an animation is it records the changes using implicit wires behind the scenes. It uses the same system as the wire system, and it makes those changes as individual edits. That's one of the reasons why if you start with, okay, it looks like position recorder behaves quite nicely actually, but there's some, so for instance, if we grab jump out of character, so if we grab, oh, I don't know. I want to grab some random. You know what? Oh, gods, no thanks. Damn good coffee. Okay. I'm going to grab some damn good coffee here. And it actually looks like damn good coffee, to be honest. Oh, it's Twin Peaks. I'll allow it. Oh, they've got a nice little animation as well. Cool. So now, if we grab the action recorder, and we boom, 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 boom. Okay. So the action recorder, if you... Where's the action recorder gone? Where the fuck's the action recorder fucked off to? Oh wait, I'm still in it. I'm an idiot. But now, seriously, where's the action recorder fucked off to? Like, seriously. Oh my god, I hate this. I hate this so much. Where have I lost my fucking action recorder? Oh, it's because I... Yeah, it's because I jumped out of it. So, oh god. Oh no, there's the action recorder. Never mind. I was an idiot. Right. So if we shove the action recorder on here, one of the things that's a bit of an annoyance is, okay, this now seems to be working. Oh, is it if we, hold on. If we, keyframe. This is super evil, I know what I'm about to do, but why is it not working? Hold on. Oh, that's right. You've got to be off the key. Here we go. If we keyframe into that, and we drag the playhead here, what? It used to be that you could change, you could keyframe the playhead position. I'm certain of it. But it's not coloring. Wow, okay. Huh. Well, then let's do the other thing. Shift grab. Huh, really? Oh, you mean, I know what you mean. You're talking about this. This was the thing I was trying to do to the, this, which it doesn't actually do to this, because this, it's just changing the, that's just changing the play speed. It's not actually clipping animations, whereas this is also changing the play speed. Huh. I'm sure it used to be possible to... I'm certain it used to be possible to, yeah, because if I do this... Aha! No, that... Okay, so that's doing the thing I want. There we go. So it's not shift. Shift is the compression technique. This is doing... Did we change this? Maybe we changed this. Wait, when did we do our last patch? Hold on. Check for update. Installed in the latest version. What version is this? Brains. Version 104. 104 was when? When did we do 104? Oh, my brain is melted, people. The good news is, so it looks like it was a bug, the thing before that I was thinking of. So yeah, see here. No, hold on. Okay, so you see that this this animation here does all of that, right? We're all in agreement that does all of that. Now, if you put it into play once mode, and you do this, it does less, or does it just... Okay, yes, it does less. It doesn't finish the animation, as you would expect, right? But now if I do this, when it hits, does it skip to the correct part, is the question. It skips to the correct part now. Oh, okay, so that is fixed. That must have been a bug that we fixed in 104. And I did not realize we had fixed that. Okay, cool. Anyway, that's good. I didn't realize that it was a bug. I thought it was a technical limitation, but maybe we came across that. See, this is what I say. I haven't actually spent a lot of time in the animation bit. So, we're unable to replicate your bug, though. We've done a bunch of different weirdness to it. Now, obviously, if I... hold on, let's just ungroup this. Obviously, if I come in here and I move this character, the possession should still start from the character's position and should still do that. But now, because we recorded that, how we recorded that, and then it falls. Okay, cool. Right. So yeah, I can't. Can I remix the scene? Can I look at your scene where you're having the trouble? Because I can't seem to replicate this issue. Because yeah, moving the timeline shouldn't have any effect. What about if we take the... Sorry, I'm just trying to reproduce your issue and see if we can get it on. If we do that onto that... Oh, no, that shouldn't make a difference. It's all good. If we set travel on, does that make a difference? Keep changes, on end trigger, reverse. Was the timeline on? Was the camera on the timeline? Because if the camera was on the timeline, then it moves with the timeline. Yeah, if the camera's on the timeline and it moves, then yeah. it's a problem. One way you can solve that is you can put a keyframe on the timeline that turns the camera on if you need the timeline to power on the camera. But with that said, unless we have more information, let us go back to the remix quest. I feel like we need to dive out here, jump in. You know what? We're actually going to limit ourselves to contraptions. And we are going to go into here. We're going to grab only remixable stuff, which is all this stuff is, because it is all remixable. Let's go for stuff I have not viewed. Let us go for the newest of new, and let's go for elements. Right. Collectible mushroom. Interesting. Collectible coin. This is by Smiley Jr. Level 41. Okay, they've gone to town there a bit. Collectible star. They've been doing a bunch of collectibles. Death explosion particle, a shotgun. Ooh, simple noise gate. Hyper god Arthur Morgan. Okay, I don't know. I kind of need to remix this. I kind of need to remix this. Right, first of all, we need to look at the logic of the scene. Let us take a peek at where they've put their logic. Let me guess, got Dutch Tahiti. Smoke bomb, force supplier, sound. What's all this wired up to? R1 button, square button. So the square button does something. Okay, hold on. Let's, first of all, I feel like we need to do some organization. Just because my head will explode. Okay. First things first, come in here. We're gonna shove that on there, and we're gonna shove, let me guess, not smoke bomb. There we go. And we'll just do that. This is Red Dead. Oh, fuck off. Thanks for the shout, Embergs. I have not played Red Dead yet. It's on my shame pile. To be honest, I'm not in a rush to play it. Hence why I missed the reference. Oh, damn it. I thought someone had recorded that themselves. Lightsaber. Brazier with complex lighting. Andy B. I like Andy B. He makes some really nice stuff. Okay, let's go out here. Let's remix this. I'm curious what he means by complex lighting. X-ray. Wow. He was not kidding. So, interesting enough, the game has a limit of 16 spotlights that are near you being able to cast shadows. So, yeah, that's interesting. So he's got a randomizer on here. and then active port,
You're gonna fall off, Vertex.
and then the active port is multiplying. Why is he doing it like that? I'm curious. This timer is set to. This is a NOT gate to just give power.
Yeah, see, that thing is going. There you go.
And this is 0.2 seconds, so it has a flicker. And that's a small crackly fire. And then that's divided by signal manipulator, and then that's light position, which is doing a bunch of positioning stuff. Hold on. Let's just anchor that there. Turn off X-ray, because it can be. Okay, so that's anchored in there. Right, so one thing that will immediately make this simpler is, and I think a bit more interesting, so we can lose the randomizer, and we can lose the timer and the NOT gate, and we can, so there's two ways we could do this, right? The small crackly fire, we could use the small crackly fire's envelope to fuck around with stuff, but the simplest is going to be to grab the signal generator gadget. And so this is the thing that so many people don't realize. So signal generator gadget can go, I'll do that, and do that. And now you've immediately transformed it into a source of noise. So now you just do sweep seconds nice and fast. That'll also make it look a bit more natural for the effect that they're going for. You can actually have the pause time be a little bit randomized. And what that'll do is that'll give you different sort of stable moments. And if they wire that into that, and then separately, I'm in Dreams, maybe my character's just that broken. Well, feel free to add me as a collaborator or make it remixable and we can take a peek at it. We can diagnose the problem. Okay, so this is trying to do a division by 10, which honestly no longer needed. And this is an output smoother. Okay, the output smoother is probably needed. The division by 10 is not. Also the phase offset, we're just going to randomly offset this a bit. Times by 0.3, and then this is output smoothing. Oh, this is just all four of these lights are getting the same amount. Okay, so 0.22 is the baseline, so in which case here, your this, I still not let me enter a value. Normally, if you do this, you can enter a value. Like that. Okay, well, we'll do 0.2. 0.2. And wire that into that. Okay, and it's trying to shift the position. So that, Jimmy Jules, we are remixing tonight. We're grabbing a whole bunch of people's stuff and remixing it. This is, hold on, let's quick save it. It's going to be a contraption. This is a remix of Brazil with complex lighting. And the original is by one of my faves, Animation. He does some really nice stuff. But he did it quite complex, so we're just doing it slightly simpler. And as I say, the nice thing with the slightly simpler thing that we've done here is it is actually a lot more controllable. Not enough people know the signal generator can be used as a noise input, and it's a floating point noise input as well, which is just so much more interesting. Now, the other thing you can do, and you probably don't want to go to town with this, is you could actually separate out these lights. Yeah, I don't know how much you want to go to town with that, to be honest. And so the other thing that I'm going to just do as a test is I'm going to grab, well actually I'm just going to grab this quickly. And I'm going to shove just some of these around so we can see what's going on with the lighting. Yeah. And we'll just grab one big one here. Because yeah, as I said, we are doing this complex lighting setup, and unless we have, and I feel what we need here, we will delete all of these buildings and test scenery in a bit. But what we'll actually do is we'll okay, so we're gonna make this a nice white. And then we're going to do solid black. Okay. There's a reason we're doing this. Just to get some concept of how our light is actually playing with the bits. And then we just grab all of that. Because it's very hard to see how your lighting thing is going to work if, and then we just do freeze tool. Okay, that's frozen. And then we'll also just grab sun and sky gadget. There we go. And we will kill the sun brightness. And we will kill some, not all. Okay. So this brazier has some quite complex lighting. And it's going to be viewable from quite a distance away. But now, here's the trick with this brazier, right? This is the thing you're gonna have to be aware of. Oh, did I accidentally group the... I accidentally grouped the thing, didn't I? Oh, that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to come in here, tools, freeze tool, unfreeze all. Just going to have to grab that, undo. Okay, cool. And fucking tastic. Hi, Killzoner. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to show you where this system will start to break down. Okay. And this is a limitation of just what we can actually do in the game. So now you'll notice, okay, you notice there is no fancy shadow work going on over there. And that, so you see that popping that's happening? And there's a warning here, spotlight shadows. Some spotlights have stopped drawing because too many are visible at once. So that is one of the things you are going to have to be aware of. So, how can we make this better? Well, you can be just aware of your usage of it. Thanks for putting those tutorials. Oh, so you can just be aware of the limit, but you can also make your stuff fail gracefully. Okay, so there's different ways we can detect this. One of the simplest ways is we can have a trigger zone here that we shove on, and we can say that detect a camera, and your detection zone, make it I don't know, say 10 meters. No, be generous with it. We'll say 20. I'd say 20 is probably reasonable. You could adjust that. You could definitely adjust that. And you could also change that to the imp, for example, or possessed controller sensor is the classic one, because the possessed controller sensor basically means it's a player nearby. So that would be the classic thing to detect. So when you have detected that, you can then power on all of this shit. And the easiest way to do that is going to be to I'm just going to drag out the trigger zone there. Oh. Sorry. And we are just going to work on power. But that's not what we call a graceful degrade, because basically the light goes off, right? So what would be a way of making this graceful? First of all, let's undo, 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 undo. Okay, cool. So if we... Where's the original gadget? There's the original gadget. If we clone this, I know, sneaky. Okay, so now, if it's in range, it's powered, right? But if it's not in range, not gate, not gate, not gate. Where is our, there is our not gate. if it's not in range, then what we can do is I actually really like, by the way, with Logic to shove on the grid. Do that, align, because then when you do that and that, all your nice little logics lined up. Right, this light, I need the properties of this light. So we're going to clone this light here. But we're going to change it from a spotlight to a diffuse light. Get its position right. And get it to do about the same amount of diffuse lighting as oh wait, that needs to be deleted there. Detect the camera. Okay. So now, so you see how bright it goes? We need to basically get that that brightness mimicked. No, I think the color's about right. We're going to just have to play around with how much the... Oh, hold on. Did we wire up the knot? We did not wire up the knot. Okay. So you want to drop it down. It's about the right distance, but we want to drop that down to... Oh no, need to make that bigger. Okay, drop it down a bit. Sent you a dream to demo the problem having with the recorder. Okay, we'll take a peek at it in a sec. So yeah, you want to play around with this a smidge to figure out when you want to do the switchover, for instance. But yes, that is the basic technique of it. You could also flick down to a single spotlight instead of four, because a single spotlight, you'll get not quite the same craziness, but you'll get some of the same craziness. Yeah, you can go from there. The other thing with these spotlights, by the way, is don't forget you've got these images. And these images can give you a lot of stuff, because what you do is when you find an image you like for fire, say, just blur the fuck out of it. You'll have to muck about to find one that you like. Blur it a bunch. But yeah, don't be afraid to play around with the whole image aspect as well. Right, that being said, that's all tweaked up. Let us delete the extraneous scenery, delete the sky gadget, and we will look. We will save the remix. Quick save. Yeah, no, those the images on spotlights are so fucking handy. Light, I mean, abusing. Hey Tap, how are you doing? Well done. Abusing light is the it's just such a good rule of thumb for Dreams. You can get away with so much with lighting. I mean, it's generally true in art, but obviously when you're working with 3D tools, you can just get a lot of free detail. Brazil complex lighting remix has fall off. We remixed this to make the logic simpler and more easy to tune. We also added a trigger zone to switch to a simpler light when far away. Actually, we're just going to call it the LOD remix. And this is a ReMix-ah-lot. And it's light. And trigger zone. And I'll say effect. Cool. Save that away. Okay, that's been saved. And you sent us the other thing. Are you leaving a comment through in Dreams? What? I need to be doing that. Yeah, no, it's just quicker to edit the. So now if I go out here and oh wait, sorry, I'll go back to my. If I go back to. Yeah, adding tags is very handy. So LOD remix here, and we've just added up some bits so people know what we've done. Especially with the remixing, I find is super handy. Though one thing that we probably should do that you can only do in game is we should probably take a photo, show gadgets, because this one I think you do kind of want to see the gadgets to understand what the thing is. Randomize. Yeah, go with that. Yeah. So that is that's just really handy for people when they're yeah, you can do that stuff in Dreams. It's really handy. My favorite thing that I so desperately want to get into the game at some point when I have time is the tag autocomplete stuff that we support on the server that the in Dreams does. When you type, it like autocompletes your tag. I want to get that in because yeah. But it's saying I have private creations. So the easiest thing to do is to add me as a collaborator if you want me to take a peek at it. But let's see. Possession record issues. Here we go. So let's remix this. Okay, so at the moment he is walking along just fine. X-ray. And colored paint is where he walks on his own. So the orange square is where I walked him down. So this is your possession recorder, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to just turn off this possession recorder for now. Okay, so there's no animation on him, great. And so if I go in here and I go record possession and I record his possession, and I move him down the pink bit. Okay, stop recording. Okay. Oh, interesting. So I walked him on the pink. Right. So now the important thing to know about the possession gadget is the thing that is actually recording are your keystrokes into the controllernator, right? So that's the thing that's actually being recorded. So another way of looking at this is okay, waypoint animation. Okay. Okay. What? Why do you have a node and a node? Okay, small point. Not actually important. Oh, because you're powering it off. Oh, right. But you could... Anyway, sorry. Brains. Sorry. That's unimportant. So the only thing that is actually being recorded... here we go. The only thing that is... don't worry about it. Everyone's logic's a mess. The only thing that's being recorded is the inputs that are coming out of this, right? So record possession, all it actually does is it basically records the inputs for a controller sensor and it spits those out. So the problem, I doubt the problem is to do with the record possession. I think I'm going to learn a better way to make him... I'm down to learn a better way to make him work better. Sorry. I have a feeling it also records the general position and orientation of the puppet separately, which means you can put the timeline scrub through, which is pretty awesome. Yeah, that used to work slightly differently, but I discovered tonight that it's been patched to work much nicer now. Yeah. Anyway, what was I going to say? Right. Yes, that's what I was going to say. So the thing about how the possession stuff works, okay, is if I take sensors input, I take a controller sensor, right? Right, and I take oh, wait, so this is wide up to X. Sorry, brains. Well, actually, I'm not going to worry about circle and X and stuff at the moment because we weren't actually pushing them. But here's the interesting part, right? If I take the left stick wire, I plug that into that, and I take the L2 wire, and I plug that into that, and I take the gyro wire, and I plug that into that, and I take the... Oh wow, you even used the touchpad. This is a really interesting puppet. Where is the touchpad? Oh, there it is. Oh, it's just a button. We don't actually let you use the XY on the touchpad, do we? That's unfortunate. Right. So, if you take that out of the puppet, okay, so he still has all this stuff wired up, you'll notice he doesn't animate now. And the reason for that is because the control, the possession, all it is really doing is, and we'll take this here, and we'll take this here. All it's really doing is animating the control sensor, right? So it's fairly reliable in what it's doing. So my guess, if I just exit out, don't save, I want to get back to the clean slate that you gave me. My guess is when you are recording this, the control sensor's working as intended. That's my guess. I'm not dismissing there might be a bug somewhere. Bugs are definitely a thing, right? Give it a sec. Okay, we're going to walk along the pink line. 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 Okay. Rewind. And so now it's not going to walk exactly along the pink line. Oh, now it is. What the actual fuck? Ah, okay, there we go. Right, so that screams physics bug to me. That screams physics bug. A good place to start. Sorry, just going through the bits here. What's in this group other than... Huh, that's interesting. Ungroup. Sorry, I'm just going through it in steps. So you had the puppet in a group. That probably won't make a difference, record possession, but I'm just going to check. And I bet you it's just you've got a very heavy object, or you've got... and that physics is basically moving the character where the animation doesn't want to take it. Yeah, look there. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, okay. It's almost certainly a physics bug. So, first things first, let's get some X-ray on this. Okay, so that's got... Okay, we also need show joints to just see if there's any weird jointing going on. Okay, so you do have jointing on there, but it's to the hand. That's normal. That's normal. Okay, all the normal joints are in place. There is no weird joint relationships. Okay, sorry, connectors. Connectors are my first sort of culprit to examine. After that, the next likely suspect is physics. So, this backpack here, is it physical? It's movable. Okay, you don't want any movable objects. Oh, sorry, I missed chat there for a second. Have you tried deleting the backpack? Always the way. Try deleting, still happens. Okay, well, for now, let's go through and work through this. So that whole sculpture there is now no longer movable. We will probably also want to drop down the density of this a bit. See how you feel about it. Likewise with the pipe. Shouldn't be movable. Drop down the density. Also be careful with collision on these things. What is this that we're editing? Just remind me. It's the pipe, right? Okay, cool. Sorry, otherwise I get very confused. So that's the pipe. And turn off collision on that. That's collision's off. And that's the backpack. I know we're not saving it, but this is just going to help me debug. And then we've got this magic map in the back. And the magic map is... What's in this group? Is it just the magic map? In which case... Ungroup. There's two things. What are the two things? I'm curious. Okay. That's why it was grouped. Fair enough. Wait a minute. Hold on. Ungroup. Skeptical Claire. Is that because it's a different texture? Okay, well, regardless, don't actually care. That's not important. What we do care is just if this is, it's been marked collidable. Yeah, okay, so you just want to make sure collision's turned off on that. At least it's not movable. That's the main thing. Because, yeah, if you've got, remember, you never want collision on these smaller objects, especially if they're this detailed. To be honest, the engine's pretty damn good at dealing with this. Like, you shouldn't have to stress about it too much. But, oh no, that's totally fine. Remember, that's what we're big about, Embergs. We're totally fine about the remix culture and pulling stuff offline. But the thing is, when you pull stuff off the Dreamiverse, right, which is great, and you totally should pull stuff off the Dreamiverse. Oh, that's interesting. Have you got a joint here? You totally should pull stuff off the Dreamiverse, but when you do, oh, there is a joint here. Okay. When you do, just make sure you edit it, right? Because this is it. It's not, pulling stuff off the Dreamiverse isn't bad. It's good. The thing is that when you pull it off, you might have to edit it a bit. Oh, bollocks. Okay, so this, I understand now why so much of your stuff has been made movable. Right, first of all, you want that coming into there, and you want that coming down into there, just so you can see the joint that is affecting. Okay, so there's no secondary motion there. Right. So that, all those movable bits are to do those joints. I missed those the first time around when I was looking at my x-ray. I'm going to just, oh, do you know, I'm just going to delete the backpack for now. I know that we've just done a bunch of tweaking on it, but I just want to eliminate it as a problem source. Hey Entropy, we are just debugging a character who's not following their record possession because we think physics bugs. Okay, so there we go. He wanders off on that one there. That's really interesting. Have any of the what? Why is this switch for his torso? Okay. I'm semi-fascinated why there's a switch for his torso. But then I'm also slightly concerned. Okay, let's turn that visibility on. That's because pelvis is hidden. But why isn't this his pelvis? That's the thing I'm confused by. That's the part that I'm confused by, is you've got this blue bit here. Okay, but that's fine. That's fine. It's just totally fixable. It's totally fixable. So the fix for that is oh, hold on. Let's make this visible again. Delete that. Okay, cool. That's totally doable. So here we've got the sculpture here. Sorry, I'm just trying to, I'm going through the weird bits to understand. Okay, so now if you want the pelvis to be grabbable, there's two ways you can do it. The simplest way is you can literally just click this bit here, and you can make this bit. Actually, you shouldn't even need to make this bit grabbable. Okay, so we're going to have to do the other way then, because there's probably a hack in for it. Okay, so you see that bit. The only thing that's making that special is the joints. Just come out here, push that, and push that. Okay, come in here, and then when you say move or reparent target, just do that and do that. Okay, so now that's all retargeted. And then the only other thing you need to do is go into your puppet bit here and make sure that your pelvis is assigned to your pelvis. Oh, there we go. And then assign your belly to your belly. Oh, actually, no, that's meant to be your chest. Do you not have a belly? Yeah, this is your pelvis. Yeah, where's your belly? Oh, I see. Hold on. Reset to default. Have we lost the belly in here? Tools, hide. Is there the bottom of the jacket is the belly. Oh, I understand now. Don't mind Claire. Claire can be an idiot. Thankfully, there's a big undo buffer in this game. So running through there, if we go through here, the way they have designed it is the belly is that. And then that is the pelvis. And then, okay. That is why they've designed it like that. I'm to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of that because it means the jacket moves like that. I personally think yeah, I'd split the I'd probably go into hold on here. So what I'd probably do is I'd probably come in here and I would go tools, I would go cutout, okay, and this is my favorite part about the cutout tool, right? Because if you do that, okay, now here, oh sorry, not cutout, I didn't mean to do cutout. What I meant to do was, yeah, I did mean to do cutout. 100% meant to do cutout. Where's the thing I cut out? Motherfucker. Sorry, I'm just like, where the fuck is the bit that I cut out gone to? Because it should just be. Because when you are in here and you go tools, crop, cut out. Yeah, where's my? I'm rigorously angry. Hold on. Tools. Cut out. See? That's what's meant to happen. It might be invisible. Oh! Tap. Good call. motherfucker's been made invisible because of fucking... Ah, okay. Good shout, sir. Good shout. Preview invisibility. Okay. So, come in here, make it visible. Thank you. Guys, what are we doing? What are we doing? Preview invisibility on. Okay, cool. So the thing I would do is I would hide everything else, come in here. Okay, so the nice thing about the cutout tool is you can adjust it on, after you've done the cutout, you can adjust it on one of the things, and it doesn't adjust it on the other thing. And that's really handy. And then what I'd probably do is I'd come in here with a bit of this action. Oh no, come in here with a bit of this action. Grab that. Grab a bit of soft blend. Because we want a nice little bit of intersection. Let's pull that out a bit. Sorry, I've been distracted. I know I've been distracted. I will be undistracted in a mo. But yeah, this is what I mean by like when you are grabbing stuff with the Dreamiverse, don't be afraid to take ownership of it. Don't be afraid to remix it so you have the ability to make changes and update and keep versions. But yeah, that's the cutout tool is a really handy tool when you're remixing people's stuff, because or when you're remixing your own stuff. Okay, so then we come into this one here, and we're gonna move this. Like that. Okay. Yeah, cool. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna motherfucker. Do you know what I really miss about working with the moves that the DS4 doesn't have an equivalent of? And it's the thing that I fucking hate, is the moves have this ability to change scale that you're working at, and it's fucking gorgeous. I really do need to adjust my home setup to allow the moves to be easier to use for streams, because man, it's so handy. Right, let's done that. Now we want to make sure that the belt is got a sense of stamp. Look. Can we, oh, guides, come on, guides, there we go. Always upright, thank you. And can we turn on studio lighting, please? Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna just stamp it down. The reason we're gonna just stamp it down is because I find it much, oh, what the fuck happened there? Turn off, always upright, is always upright fucking me? Always upright was fucking me, motherfucker. What I find much easier to do is make tiny adjustments to the brush after I've placed it, with the DS4s at least. Actually with the moves as well, mostly just because of how the soft press trigger behavior works. Do you know what? I think the way we're gonna, oh fucking, that scale, man. I think you can tap R1 effectively to imp reach for the DS4. Yeah, but it doesn't do the scale thing, which is annoying. Because yeah, the scale thing is just so handy. Yeah, you see, it's yeah. It's at the point where I'm almost about to reach for my camera and just move the DS4, the PlayStation camera here and just start mucking about with it. Oh wait, am I not in smear? I thought I was in smear. There we go. Okay. But that will just mean that that there's got a bit of give. That's all fine. So in DS4 land, when you do this, you'll see like a multiplier come up. And you can easily work on really small details or just zoom out and do big details. It's one of my favorite things that you can quickly just change the scale you're working at with the moves. And to my knowledge, there is no equivalent. There's no equivalent with the DS4s. Okay, so now what we can do is we can take this out here, and we can scope that into there. Keep that into the right place roughly. Let's turn off the preview invisibility. Sculpture, visible, thank you. So now we can grab this and he can tilt, and that's all fine. And we can grab this and he can tilt, and that's mostly fine. You know what needs to happen, and don't be afraid to do this, by the way, is if you do have, if you change the character up, don't be afraid to move the joint positions. So you're going to want him to joint on his belt. Hey Cobra, how are you doing? How are you doing? Okay, so now that's funny. Okay, that's jointing there. That's jointing there. You know what we need to do? We need to take this we need to take this bit here, and we need to increase the tightness of this. And what that should do is that should, no, motherfucker. What if we lock rotation? Yeah, use limits and give it quite a small range. Thanks for remixing the flashlight. Oh no, always happy. Always happy. Would not have thought about that at all. Yeah, no, it's this is what ReMix-ah-lot is all about. We're just gonna remix shit, and we're just looking at this well, we were actually looking at a possession recording bug, which we still haven't debugged. But at the moment I'm just looking at the Explorer, and I'm trying to fix this Explorer's what? Oh, this hasn't been, this lovely detail here hasn't been grouped up with that. So there we go. Oh. So now if we go in, just make sure that's where it needs to be. Have I screwed that up? Don't worry. I can't screw that up. I can just make it my own. Oopsie. You know what I'm going to do, just to make this easier to spot? is I'm going to just shove the tint amount way up, and that'll just make it easy to position. And we'll just do that. And remember, it wants to intersect a bit because it's giving that sort of texture. And then we just reset that to default. And now that's grouped in there. But it's so different from animating in Maya. Yeah, I've not spent a ton of time with the animation. It is very different with Maya than Maya. I think that's actually a good thing there. I think the animation system needs love. It needs iteration. I think everyone agrees the animation system's not where it should be. It'll get there. Alex has spoken about stuff he wants to do with it, and you know, there's a whole bunch of stuff that'll happen with it, but it is different, and I think that a lot of that is because partly the Maya system sucks, frankly. A lot of it comes from, and I grew up with Max and Maya. I mean, full disclosure, I fucking hate Autodesk with a passion, and their purchase of Max was like a dark day. But a lot of the methodologies around animation in those traditional pipelines is just so broken. And when we started doing things like Medium and Tilt Brush and Dreams and all the VR stuff, we really started attacking a lot of those methodologies. And I mean, even just, there's so much stuff that people just take for granted. Like the switch from vertex animation to skeletal animation happened pretty smooth because at the time there weren't established tools. But so there was a bit of whining and bitching at the time. But, you know, because cinema had already moved to the bone model earlier, games transitioned to the bone model fairly easy. But for a long time, people have been talking about shifting to muscular models rather than skeletal models. And that's been really tough. And honestly, a lot of the pain for that has been rigging systems and workflow tools, you know, just tool chain entropy. So much tool chain entropy. Your tools really affect how your brain works in such a big way. It's really quite spectacular. Anyway, what we were talking about was we were looking at this bit here. This all works fine, as you would kind of expect. This mostly works, but the real problem is that you kind of don't want, like, actually that works okay. I think the problem here is we're allowing too much. First of all, I think we can move that up a bit. But then the other thing here is I think we need to apply limits on this. Yeah. Round here, I'm from another dimension. Jerry and Joker, thank you so much for the follow. But right now I'm doing reaction animation, other puppet animation, animated the limbs to act in ways, animating the hip. Yeah. Hey, Dream Tender, how you doing? How are you doing? So yeah, the big thing here, I think, is with the top bit of the torso. So now if we apply, use limits. Okay. How do we... See, I don't like what that... So we have to adjust this bit here. Doing good. Let's just move his arms apart a bit for now. See how we wanna handle this. So I think if we extend the sculpt there a bit, it'll help us. Yeah, if we extend the sculpt there a bit, I think it'll help us. Do you know what? Let's go back to the thing that we actually were trying to debug. But yeah, what I'd probably do is I'd probably dig into the sculpt here. I think this sculpt here, you kind of actually want to take off the I think you want to take off the top. Oh, fuck's sakes. Yeah, I don't want to get too deep into sculpt at the moment because I really do need to adjust my camera setup. But I think if we oh dear, if we come in here, we do this, and then if we dig away that, you can learn all you need at home today. Yeah, no, you can. You really can. I mean, there's a lot of stuff I would say that it's useful to learn from other people. Like, there's a lot of stuff that how do I put this? It is still worthwhile to take classes. Those classes can be taken online. And you could take those classes can be animation workshops and things like that. But yeah, no, I don't think you need to go to uni to study animation anymore. Much cheaper than paying for a uni course, yeah. But at school you can get an income too. What? You can get an income at school? You mean debt? Debt's not an income. You do apprenticeship and you can get an income. Much debt, yeah, all the debt. Unless you're Belgian. If you're Belgian, you get no fucking debt. Swedish teens get paid living expenses. Well, you know, if you're in a civilized country where you get paid to learn, go fucking learn in a formal structure. That's a very, very different scenario. I don't think most people have that option. Yeah, I think that's if you're in that lovely option, you go use that. Because when I am negative about universities, I'm mostly negative about the professional, profit-based university culture that has kind of sprung up in the UK and the US, and to be honest, most countries that I'm aware of. Question regarding changing the color of groups. If you're able to help with the keyframe and coat mode, you'll be able to change the color of an entire group at once, although groups don't have a page like in structure properties. So I can't send a dynamic signal to group to change its color. It could attach a wire. So, no, Ducky's Belgian. But Ducky's Belgian. Yeah, no. She paid very little for her studies, but no, she didn't get paid to study. That is a Swedish thing. So not everything you can do in edit mode you can do via tweaks. That's kind of the difference. Tweaks are like runtime tweakable. Hence the name. There we go, come through here. Okay. Oh. Okay. So that there is problematic. That right there is problematic. So there's a few ways you can solve this. Never went to post as an adult. I want to try. That's true. Is there a reason you can't use a keyframe? To use a keyframe, wait. Oh, yeah. To use a anything that is keyframeable is tweakable. Keyframes can only affect things you can tweak. If you can change it with a wire, you can change it with a tweak menu. And if you can change it with a tweak menu or a wire, you can animate it. Yes, please keep chatting in English. Yeah. Right. Okay. So this has actually been this brings up an interesting concept that I've been meaning to talk for a while. So obviously you can do some penetration stuff here, where I'm waiting for my wife to laugh, and she is on cue laughing. Yes. Right. Adults. There we go. Right. Okay. Cool. So yeah, don't forget at the bottom here, you can just add in some soft blend. There we go. Yes, Ducky is my wife. My wife and mod. She is she lurks in the stream generally, and has her band hammer ready for as required. But generally she does other stuff as well at the same time. She just sort of wanders about because, you know, she doesn't need to have her headphones on to hear me in the stream because I'm talking in the lounge, and it's you know, London flat, yo, London flat. Ah, yes, Ducky is the wifey. Yeah, there we go. The mystery is solved. Okay, so yeah, you can adjust that. Right. So here's the thing. I don't want to go too deep into this because we could spend a lot of time polishing up this character. But here's the thing that I have been meaning to play around with for quite some time. You see this. You see here. There's this this effect of you have to make enough of an overlap to. Oh shit! You have to make enough of an overlap to. You see that effect? It's always a problem, right? Part of me has wondered if it is worthwhile to actually, that's not the best example of it. I think the best example is going to be this belt, but the problem is the belt's a ball joint, and a ball joint. See, connector completion, which is connector completion there, right? Connector completion is a splitter. On a ball joint, is it an XY or is it just a negative, positive? Ah! See, that's what I was afraid of. That is what I was afraid of. Output. Number displayer. Number range. Okay. So yeah, part of me wonders. See, the problem is that in this situation, you can't get out which side. I mean, I suppose you could put an angle sensor on the body, but yeah, I've basically been thought about ways for more complex characters of turning on and off bits of geometry, like yeah, you kind of want you kind of want to turn on everything else. Can you? I wonder if you can do it just with sculpts. I mean, you might be able to just do it with sculpts. Oh, let's make that. Wait, is there something else in this group? Ungroup. Oh, it's because the group is okay. Cool, whatever. Easy. Okay, so that's not actually causing us a problem there. Okay, so that is actually much better. You could set. Oh, sorry. 500. 500 square feet of life. Yeah. Seen that before. Problem with hue is the cycle through multiple hues before settling on a final one. In my scene, all the objects starting as grey, when they start changing color, are fixed to 1, becomes brighter. Boom. Over time. Yeah. Should be doable. I feel like the hue conversation, I've fallen out of sync with the hue conversation, so if you want to catch me up there, that would be great. Okay, so I feel like that's actually mostly solvable there with those problems. The bigger thing is the belt moving doesn't feel right. I feel like on reflection, I feel like the because this, yeah, I feel like on reflection, if we scope into this, okay, cool. And I'm gonna just make a block. Okay. Because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna steal the belt, because it's not actually, and then I'm gonna go into that, and I'm gonna move it like that. Right. Because I think that'll end up being, yeah, and then I think what you want to do is you actually want to split up the chest here. You want to put like just below the okay. That's interesting. Okay, there we go. Boston Terrier. Oh, Boston Terriers are cute. In principle, what I want to do is have a scene of all grey objects, and when you hover the imp over the object, it'll pick a random color and change until it becomes fully saturated. That should be simple with individual sculptures, although the scene I'm using has many objects, multiple sculptures. So one of the easiest ways you can do that is you could just tie a whole bunch of wires into a whole bunch of tweak menus. The thing is if you animate it with a keyframe, it uses wires anyway. The wires are just not visible to you. Liverstone, I presume. Oh, God. No, just arbitrary British Museum stocker. Arbitrary, yeah. stock in the British Museum. You know, you gotta protect. You gotta protect. Sorry, my brain is going in here. Okay, so this bit here, I'm just wanting to. So if I do the cutout trick again. So the cutout trick, I think the way to do this is to actually use a sphere. Oh wait, and just get the right color so we don't have the problem there. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you're wanting to do that hue thing, you're going to end up having to shove a lot of wires in, is the short answer. The wires, you could shove it through nodes and you could shove it through wireless transmitters, but if you want to power it with logic, you're going to have to just have a fuck ton of wires. If you were doing it with animation, it would still have all those wires. They would just be invisible. It does it through implicit wires. So yeah. That's a tricky one. It is a tricky one. Okay, so if we do that. Okay, so now we know the rotation points. So I'm just grabbing him and I'm sort of tilting him that way. Okay. Okay, because he's a full ball joint at the moment. He's not a... Because you can turn... the problem is we don't have... The limits we have are... the limits we have are either for ball joints or for motor joints. We don't have a concept of like... We don't have complex connector logic stuff for that. Right. First things first, let's get rid of that ridiculous cube. Oh wait, get rid of that ridiculous cube. Okay, straighten, realign. Haha, realign. Ooh. Okay, so he's back upright. So those are in the correct place. I think honestly this this pink one here has to why is it? Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. And then this pink one here has to come up. Yeah, we might have to sort of readjust these on bits. But you see this thing here, it's been rotated on the this is really the belly. joint. This is why it's actually important to understand how to joint up characters, because if you're getting creative with a character, you're going to have to make these kind of edits. You're going to want to keep that nice and center. Okay, in which case, this bit here is really going to be moving around about there-ish. Okay, that's behaving a lot more predictably, a lot more like how we would expect. So the next thing I would do, oof, I don't like that snappy behavior. What is that being caused by? Okay. So the next thing you'd do is you'd come in, you would tilt this up a bit, and then you'd go like, okay, so how do I adjust these sculpts to do that down a bit there like that. And this one you could potentially get a sphere in there. Wait, what mode are we in? That mode. Get a sphere in there, get some blend. And just sort of muck around with that a bit. Again, don't be afraid of intersections and overlaps. They're totally chill, totally normal. Okay, so then just check that from another angle. So you see here when we've got Brave, it's now sort of sticking out like that. But that's actually not so bad. This one here, we just sort of come in here, just sort of fill up the gap a bit. It's not going to be perfect. Don't obsess. But it's going to make a more usable. It's going to make a more usable character. Of course, the other thing that we haven't done in quite some time is just go to play mode. So yeah, I think he is, like, obviously we're not tilting him. I think they've turned down on the Explorer. Let's go back into edit mode. On the actual Explorer character, I think they've turned down the puppet. There we go. Tilt, upper body movement. Arm flail, arm vigor, motion sensor movement. That's the one. He's quite stiff, isn't he? Is that because we turned up the joint stiffness? Play around. As I say, just play, you know, don't worry too much about that connector's not got any stiffness on it. That one's got quite a bit of tightness on it, so let's bring that one down. Play. Okay, so now there we go. We got some natural sort of tilt, and the arms are really wonky and weird. We can play around with the arms, but okay. But yeah, stuff's moving on there. What we were actually doing. This record possession, is this not, it is working. Okay, cool. It was just not working because the, okay, and then fucks off in that direction. That is really interesting. So, something I found rather intriguing earlier was if we grab a character, let's grab female puppet. How bad is female puppet in terms of graphics? Or is female puppet just off axes somewhere? There it is. All the way over there. Fucking hate off axes bullshit. Come on. There we go. Zoom in. Oh my god. Okay, never mind. That's a boobalicious. Let's just grab some other random puppet for ourselves. Level 12 traveling. Let's grab this little wizard dude that we were using earlier. He's cute. Okay, so the thing that I saw with this dude, redo. The thing that I saw that with this dude was when I go to possession, record possession, okay, and I wander around, you see it's leaving a trail, right? Stop recording. I don't know what the fuck happened there with that guy, but you see how it's got a trail, right? Okay. This character, when we record possession, doesn't have a trail. And I am trying to think why the fuck that is. See? No trail on this character. So why? I am OMG. I think I know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the trail is related to the puppet. But I also know some UI gets hidden if it gets stamped in a sublevel. Yeah, that's true. Hold on, let me turn off the X-ray and connectors view. Okay. So that is a raw puppet. Blank puppet deluxe. Okay, they worked off a deluxe puppet. Let's go through this thing. Wade. Arms, walk speeds, wet clothing. Oh my god, so this has actually got a whole bunch of complicated stuff going on. Run, jump animation, follow behavior, auto guide. Okay, what if we turn, okay. Experiment time. We're going to delete all of this stuff, right? I'm going to just check if it's a logic thing. Record possession. There. See? Haha. Haha. Now there's a trail. I'm vindicated. So, The problem, Emberg, that you are having is some of this logic somewhere is fucking you up. So my gut is a second control sensor. Why the fuck is there a second control sensor? Okay, kill that. Kill the second control sensor. Oh, switch controllers. 1 second. There we go. So now we go record position. Okay, there is not so it's either not just that or it's that and something else. Waypoint animation. Gonna kill the waypoint animation for now. And what's the follow behavior? Has the follow behavior got any crazy shit in it? Okay, let's do this one at a time. Waypoint animation. Animation, record position. Okay, so it's not just that. Follow behavior, we'll nuke that. Hey, so what's the point of this game? At the moment, we're trying to help Embergs out with some puppet problems that he's having. We got distracted by editing the character a bunch. Okay, so it's not that. Okay, I'm just gonna nuke that. Nuke auto guide. Sound effects. I'm gonna leave that on. Inventory logic. Level compare. Run wade. Okay, jump animation's the only thing on at the moment. I'm keeping it. What the hell? There's 2 puppet interface. No. Yeah, there's 2 puppet interfaces. Ah, is that what is it? Animate. Record possession. No, 2 puppet interfaces is apparently okay. So something else we deleted is to blame. Okay. What's that? That is the run. Animate. Record possession. The run is not to blame. Okay. So now we've got the wade and the level complete bit. Oh, you don't have a clue what Dreams is. Oh, Dreams is this fantastic make any kind of game you want kind of thing. If you're still here, shout up and we'll show you some more actual Dreams. There might be a second control sensor somewhere. There was a second control sensor and I got rid of that one. There was a second control sensor and I got rid of that. But there's a whole bunch of other stuff. Okay, so this is currently working. Okay, inventory logic. Let's see if the inventory logic breaks it. That sounds nice and complicated. Inventory logic is to blame. Right. What is in inventory logic? Inventory logic has a timeline, another timeline, grade effects, wiper, camera. Put this on pickup, map holder, treasure. Holy shit. Yeah, it's like a friendly game engine. It's also a friendly music making, sculpting, thingy engine. Interaction, haha. Motherfucker, controller sensor. That fucker right there. Bet you the money. Come on, let's go to there. Record possession. There we go. It's just the inventory logic. So if we exit creation and we don't save that, right? We remix your possession record issue. Okay, we're going to do the smallest change we can possibly do. Okay. Smallest change we can possibly do. There is 2 issues here. One is in inventory logic. You have, do you know what? I'm just going to delete inventory logic because inventory logic's got a bunch of shit in, but I can guarantee you it's the controller in there. And then in follow behavior, was it? Was it follow behavior? No, it was in, you had a second controller somewhere. Where was the second controller? Jump animation. No, none of those. Level complete. No. Is it literally just... Oh no, controls. Here we go. So in controls and in inventory logic, you had those. And if you just make those small changes there. Wow, today I learned. Today I learned, kids. And we go into here. Yay! Now exact puppet possession recording works. So it doesn't only make the second animation trail invisible, it also makes, it disables a bunch of logic stuff that under the hood can't be done because it can't find a single controller and it's like, okay, shit's going wrong. But yeah, so yeah, let's show you some cool stuff. Dreams. So here are some MM pics that people have made. So my favorite particular area is just people making really, really pretty things. I really like it when people just make really, really pretty things. It's
really pretty thing.
thank you, love. I'm a huge fan of just of just like beautiful things. But then some people also make more playable stuff. One of my favorites from here. So there's simple stuff like the rake. This was first week of beta. It's not free to download. No, it's PS4 exclusive. Because it's by a Sony studio that says that. So that's super stupid, but I love it. And then there's more complex stuff like, well, I suppose tactics shooter is one of the more complex ones you can go into. So I haven't played tactics shooter in a very long time. Don't know if it's changed. What are the controls again? Aim assist, equip pistol, equip rifle. Yeah, so this is a demonstration of more gameplay heavy stuff. I can't actually... Oh, shit. Yeah, so anyway, that's a more... yeah, it's still early access, but... why it doesn't get more attention? Because it's early access. We haven't really done a huge promo yet for it. Though the new trailer went out. Did you guys see the new trailer? I really like the new trailer. One sec. I'm going to grab it and I'm going to show it very quickly because I really enjoy the new trailer. Okay, there it is. 1 second. Oh, left monitor and capture card off. This is a new trailer. I like it because it shows a bit more of the creation side. Oh yeah, no, they did with LBP. With LBP, it was like next level, absolutely next level. And I can't wait for VR. VR is the thing that for me is the most VR. VR has always been my passion with this project. Yeah, VR. And I'd love to get more of the Twitch sculpting and creative community onto Dreams. It's also like Twitch and VR is, yeah, my two things. Yeah, we've got VR in the office, but the thing is it's very, very early. It's like the difference between... I mean, we've had VR in the office for a while, but the thing is the difference between what is required to left monitor off, capture card back on. The difference between shipping and having a thing is very, very far apart. Very, very far apart. But yeah, there's a whole bunch. I mean, I fucking love Llama Quest. Llama Quest is so much fun. It's just so silly. No harmers were alarmed. Create certified creative. Yeah. Llama Quest. Yeah, no. But yeah, VR and Twitch integration are like my passion things for this game. Like, yeah, VR especially, because VR, I'm passionate about VR just as a medium, and oh dear, and one of the things that's really, I wouldn't say holding back VR, but it's one of the sort of limitations on VR at the moment is not everyone can make VR at the moment. Yeah, there was some Maya stuff in there. Yeah. She's so good. She's so fucking Llama Quest. I don't remember this moving platform being the start of Llama Quest. I'm sure they've changed this. Yeah, they've changed this. They've made it harder. I preferred the easier version. Checkpoint! Yeah, Llama Quest. Very good fun. Solid fun. But if I go onto this and I go trending and not played. Ooh, Dungeoneering. What have people been up to? Dream Pixel Engineering instructions. You begin with 3 lives. Tap to gain XP. Oh, okay. It's like a circle, triangle, circle, circle. Oh. A wild chicken appears. Chicken noises. Oh, I wish they'd actually recorded chicken noises. Exit private. Pretend you haven't seen it. Too late. She's already seen you. Now going, you have to listen to talk about cocks for half an hour. There's a level. Oh, triangle, circle, circle, triangle, triangle, triangle. Oh, fuck. Encounter. Wild chicken appears. Chicken noises. Twitch integration. Dream. Twitch integration is the other thing that makes me really excited, because I feel like the thing that makes streams interesting for me is the community. 100% the community. And the more like cool tools there are for I can't talk about details. It's my personal stream, it's not an official stream. But for me, the more cool tools there are for all the awesome people out there who are on Twitch and YouTube, and there's so many people making awesome shit as a side hustle. Some people as a full-time gig, but a lot of people just as a side hustle or just something they're entertained with. And to acknowledge those tools and work well with those tools is something I'm really excited about. From really simple stuff to interesting stuff. I can't talk about anything that's not announced. This is, as I say, it's my personal stream. But yeah, like, you guys know I'm big into Twitch. I stream on here all the fucking time. So it shouldn't come to anyone as a huge surprise. And you know, my previous role in Sony, and if you look at most of the talks I've given publicly, like, I've talked a lot about Twitch stuff and social integration feature stuff. It's something I've talked about a lot. Ballanox Arcade. Kick the box to start. Ah! It's like a twist on Don't Hug Me. Oh, shit. I got knocked off. It's kind of interesting. Kind of like it. Not my normal jam. Sculpture Studio. Oh, this sounds like it's my jam, though. What's my role at MM? I am a programmer at MM. I'm on the server team. Base sculpt. Here is a sphere and rounded cube. Neck only. Your primary shapes are finished. Sculpt and donut rounded cube. Oh, interesting. Camera. Sphere and round cylinder for the neck only. Primary shapes of the finished sculpt are sphere, donut, and rounded cube. Sculpt 2. Oh, they've done like a cut the head to shape with some soft round blend. I prefer the rounded cube. Shape up the neck and shoulders. Sculpt 3. Cut out the mouth with a donut to try. Oh, that's really awesome. They've done like a sculpt for ears can be done anytime after the head shape is complete. I like to do them here. Sculpt 5. I place the nostrils first. As what programming for a server is actually like. So server programming is not my passion. It's kind of something I've fallen into. I'm much more interested about UX programming, generally speaking. But I have a lot of experience in network programming because I'm really interested in social features. And one of the reasons I got into network programming was because, like, as a as a game designer, as a gameplay programmer, I was super into like, why aren't we using feature XYZ? It's a very simple network call. And they were like, okay, well, you do it at like some of my older companies. And so I did. And that's how I kind of fell almost accidentally. ZQ, I've not actually seen this created before. That's how I kind of fell accidentally into network programming. But I'm also like super fascinated. You know, I was an early internet kid, and I'm super fascinated by like what the internet allows us to do, and a lot of spec stuff. But yeah, network programming is dull. It's a lot of plumbing. It's a lot of plumbing. The things it lets you do are really cool. The things that network programming lets you do are amazingly cool. Actual network programming is dull. But there's a lot of interesting, like every job has dull bits and interesting bits. Okay, this really slow start to the stream. I'm losing patience with this one. They're happening. Oh, okay. Fuck off. Really, really slow. Oh, I've lost his name there. Oh, whatever. The Joker, the mini faces of the Joker, Balloon Popper 2. I really like Balloon Popper. Toilet and the Great Toilet and the Great Adventure. Okay. Princess Spellcaster. Yeah, the long intros to Dreams are they're not good. Breathtaking Parkour, Retreat Shrimp, Don't Go in the Barn, Cloud Rider. Should we get back to our Remix-ah-lot marathon? Let's get back to our Remix-ah-lot marathon. Dream Shaping, Browse and Create. Okay, let's dive into Sculpture Land for a bit. So we're gonna go into Sculpture Land. We're gonna go the newest and that we've not viewed, and there are elements. Oh, someone's done a dagger they've just published. Let's view it. Interesting. That's actually a pretty good piece. Unfortunately, I'm guessing by the way the camera moved there that if I turn on the floor, oh no, the floor kind of in the right place. So the first thing obviously is just to realign and actually place on the floor. So it's correctly placed, but turning off the floor. That is a really nice dagger. I think they've actually done a solid job with that. Obviously the edges aren't super trim, but the tough thing is if you want a dagger, if you want a sculpt to scan from a ways, you can't actually make the edges. Bye bye, Embergs. Take care. Sorry I missed that there. How do I feel about Stadia? I have ranted and laughed about Stadia on stream before. I'll do it again sometime in the future, but not right now. Realistic. Go see that Realistic Human Male if you haven't. Oh, should we peek? I'm worried that it's gonna be Realistic Male. Okay, this is actually just a really decent sculpt, and it's not perverted. I was search for realistic male, get that. Masterclass head. There's a lot of good ones in here. Full rig template, anatomy male base. Some people have done some really nice. It's got a ton of add-ons. Remix of like posable fingers. Oh, nice. Emotes. Oh shit. That okay. It's got a whole bunch of emotes hidden in it. This one here. Alright, so if I go to play, I was just checking if they're hooked up to buttons. Ah, the hands have got. Oh, clever. Clever. Okay, mouth. Look at the armpits. Microchip. Nothing on that microchip. Eyelids, eye direction, face. What's on the face? Emotes. Oh shit. Angry. So this, I can tell this is someone from a traditional Maya background. Because this is how you would do a rig, a character rig in a traditional setting. So this is exactly how you do a character rig in a traditional setting. You'd have a super rig on top of the main rig. Strong opinions. That's one way to put it. That is one way to put it. That is interesting. I'm not actually a huge fan of this because it's not very performable. I really like characters that you can grab and you can one take. That's kind of the design, and that's kind of the passion and vision of Dreams is one take performances that you could maybe tweak or improve. Yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. Oh, I love this though. Nevi Artist 101, of course. Don't recognize the name though. That is really pretty. Simple, but pretty. I like it. It's this kind of it's small things, but recommended. Cool Tony. Wow, that is quite disturbing. Sorry, I'm digging through their stuff quickly now because I'm just like, oh. What kind of character would be good for making animations? Well, so it depends on the quality of the animation and what you're actually aiming for, right? Because you're going to have different needs. People are going to have different needs. If you're making a game, you want it to be really tight, really playable. You're going to want to have a lot of automated behavior on it, a lot of secondary animation. You want idle animations when the player's not doing anything, all that kind of stuff. If you want to make a performable character to do movie stuff and whatnot, you want to just make a character that is easy to hack on, really easy to hack on and really easy to do takes with, and sort of refine on. But then if you want to do like a pose and all that stuff, you just want it to be super posable, and yeah, it varies. It varies. So they've done a lot of interesting pieces. Let's look at their collections actually. Collections. Oh, they've just got a music collection. Will you expand on the things you can do on InDreams? Yeah, no, the InDreams team has big plans. They have a lot of stuff. 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 They have a lot of Yeah, the In Dreams team has big plans. I'm shutting my gob because I'm trying to not get myself in trouble here, guys. I'm trying to not get myself in trouble. But I'm assuming anyone interested in web stuff has kind of poked around at In Dreams and seen stuff, so yeah. Ooh, that's a nice dice. That's a decent dice. Oh, it's a remix of Ninja? Oh, this is someone who's stamped in a bunch of stuff. Genealogy. So why is the dice? Did they make the dice in here and then decided to remix it out? Problem is the way to do that would have been to select the thing and yeah, it's a remix of. Weird. Super weird. That is so weird. Hold on, and that is this is by Frickies, and the original is by Frickies. Okay, they're still learning. Oh, okay, and they've hidden their ninja creation. Okay, so their ninja creation was sort of working there. The base puppet is great for starting a character, and you're shooting yourself in the foot for not using it as a base. But characters in general are just hard because of thoughtful character design is hard in general. Cobra, you know, make sure you're using feedback.indreams.me to sort of express what you want. But I can say that the InDreams team has plans. The InDreams team has a whole bunch of plans, a lot of cool shit they want to do. If you ever used lbp.me, you know, a bunch of the stuff they built out for that. They have cool shit they want to get done. I mean, you guys already seen me use this, which I shouldn't use all the time, but I do use all the time, which is my ability to just do. Look, oh, I forgot it's broken at the moment. Never mind. Never mind that demonstration. But yeah, you know I use stuff that brains. Claire, shut up. Okay, but yeah, there's cool stuff. There is cool stuff. Simple marble pedestal. Let's take a peek through here. Yeah, so this is the thing, is I think community tools, this is why like Twitch and YouTube and good tooling for communities are so important, because no one is going to have the fucking time to build everything, right? This is what I get so upset by when I see people sort of reinventing the wheel. This is why I like the whole remix-a-lot culture, because let's go here, right? Let's go to things that are trending. Let's just show all things that are trending. I'm just going to go grab something near the front that looks like it's a bit more complex. Wolf and Sword. Here we go. Let's check out Wolf and Sword. Okay. So, I am using the build that is available on the PlayStation Store right now. The early access PlayStation build. You can buy it on the store for $30 at the moment. It's playable for everyone. That is really cute. So here's the thing, right? This is kind of a cool scene. But now look at the credits. There's the credits. And that's quite a short credit list, right? Because now if we dive in here, and we dive in here, and Wolf of Wall Street. Sword Wolf. Okay, so we go into Sword Wolf here, right? And if we want to dive into the genealogy, look, okay, yes, they're using a lot of stuff in here, but they're also using... Okay. Oh, right. Is the wolf made in the scene, or are they trying to hide the wolf? I really don't like the addition of hidden. I understand why people want hidden. I just feel like it goes against the whole ethos of hippie sharing culture. Hmm. That makes me sad. I'm going to be honest, that makes me sad. But anyway, as you can see from the credits, they've clearly hidden... see, this... They've got a whole bunch of content. The only thing in here... Objects. Actually, yeah, let me go... View genealogy. Yeah, so they've hidden a bunch of... Yeah, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Because there's stuff in here by Dopefish, there's stuff in here by Avrils, Freakers, Grim and Pink, okay. And now because they have marked that as hidden, I can't find it in the genealogy. Sorry, I'm going to stop now. Anyway, brains. Sorry. Claire's distracted on something. Did you see the shark made from flex? I didn't. Let me look for... let me go back to... Dream shaping. Browser create. Browser. Let me look for shark. Composite shark, shark paradise, mermaid. And it's even got a splishy sound. Okay. That gets a big ass thumbs up from me. So, shark made from strokes. Pinata shark, shark survival. Man, there's a fair bit of shark stuff in here already. Robo shark. Oh, I was really hoping for like a booster thing out of the... Oh, I'm disappointed. It's still cool. It is still cool, but I was hoping... so many sharks, not a single Buddha statue when you need one. Well, you know, then you make a Buddha statue and there's at least one Buddha statue. So the composite shark here. Oh, that's well done. That's very well done. So you guys want to see something really cool you can do with the composite shark, right? So if you remix this composite shark, right? Oh, is it Sharks the Game? Okay, let me go take a peek at Sharks the Game and we'll come back and we'll remix this composite shark and I'll show you what I mean. This Shark's Paradise one. No? Okay. Shark. The game. Ah, Sharks the game. Oh, I did see this. I think I did see this. Yes, I did see this. I did see this. Because we were particularly impressed with the is this made out of strokes? Yeah, because the thing that impressed us when we looked at this the other day, oh fuck, I hate that it's got the inverted, is that animation there. But now let me show you something, right? I've shown this on stream before, but I showed it with a different example, and I think it's worth reiterating. So if we remix this composite shark here, okay, now at the moment when you play, you see those cracks that form in the shark, right? There is a way to fix those. Not perfectly, but you can fix them. What you do is you come in here and you go tools, modes, there we go, paint mode. Do that, and you need to put on you need to put on tentacle snap. Oh, hold on. Okay, so if you do that, and then you do physical properties, physical, and attach at both ends, attach end to object. Oh, and you attach. Oh shoot! I've screwed the pooch there. Okay, cool. Right, okay, cool. So there's two separate there, right? Make that smaller. Do that. Paint like that. Okay. Then you come in here, you go physical stroke, you go physical, attach at both ends, attach this end to that. Okay. And so now what happens is you see that there is the, if we come in here, you see that the, oh god, that obnoxious effect. Can we turn off the preview? We can't turn off the preview, no, okay. In here, you need to, not looseness, can't fucking see the, is it impasto that we need? You know what, I'm gonna have to just, oh, it's stored all of those things. There we go. I'm gonna just have to do that. Okay, cool. So now, before we turn on the obnoxious effect, just go into here. It's not ruffle. It's kind of the opposite of ruffle. I think is it impasto? Then you do the looseness. It's meant to show you the object that you're hooked up to, but the scaling isn't quite right. Okay, so here's the thing. The start point, you want to turn that up a bit. You want to turn the end point a bit. So the first and last flecks aren't visible. You also want a slight fade in and fade out effect. It's going to take some tweaking to get this bit right. Positional duplicates. I think it was you wanted rotational? No. No, I don't think you want any duplicates if I recall. So I'm trying to remember how this effect works, all the details of it. You do that. Okay. So now, you see how it closes the seam a bit there for you? So then what you do is you basically, you clone this. Oh, sorry. You clone. Ah, shit. You've got to turn off the attach at both ends. Got to use this effect sparingly. But if you use it on seams like this, there we go. Attach both ends. Okay. Then it can help you hide seams like that. And especially at... oh, god damn it, I hate that effect. I hate that effect so much. Especially at... is it? I think it was looseness. I always forget the way... Ah, we need to turn impasto way fucking up. Was that it? Yeah. But yeah, you can use physical strokes to bridge gaps like that. You can also use them for wings. The original tutorial that I saw that showed it off is Angel Wings tutorial on YouTube. Yes, Cobra, that's exactly it. There's an Angel Wings tutorial on YouTube, if anyone has a link for that. First time saw the technique. Even the person who wrote the code for this never thought of that technique. It's really, really quite ingenious. The other thing you can do, which I haven't actually seen anyone try do, which I was going to suggest on the Explorer earlier, is you notice how the reason... So first of all, with this sculpt, you can make a slight improvement to the sculpt by just actually grabbing a sphere like this and doing that. And doing... So you can already make some small improvement on the sculpt by doing these kind of changes, like there, like the things that we were doing on the Explorer, right? Those kind of changes will help as well to hide problem areas like that. So yeah, you can do a lot with those. The thing that I haven't experimented with, and because I haven't found, I'm convinced it's a cool effect. I just haven't found a place where I've needed to use it. I'm just looking here to see if there's a problem area that needs it. No, to be honest, all of these seams in the composite shark can be fixed with better sculpt work, and more work on those seams. I think the character flying with white wings is just stunning. The one that has the ground slam attack. Why can't we sculpt into an old sculpt and change it with soft blend on? Is that hard to do? Oh, you mean adjust a brush's soft blend settings? I think it's just a matter of UI. make sure you ask for it on feedback.indreams.me. I know I say it all the time, but it's, you know, a solid way to go through it. Yeah, what you're talking about is that brush there. You wanna change that brush there. See, there are. It's a huge technical headache, but it's doable. Because. So let me explain why it's an issue. Right, it's doable. It's totally doable. But if I have this as a cutout, right? So this is a cutout like this. And then this is a additive. They are applied in order, right? And so you get some. So if I move this cut, it'll cut anything, but it won't cut that because of the order that they're done in. And we don't offer any tools that allow you to change that order. If you want to change the soft blend, yeah, you would have to do some stuff there. It's not my area of expertise because I don't know that code super well. But yeah, you'd have to do some bits. Yeah, but so basically what I'm saying is this, all of these creases on the shark could be fixed with some better sculpting work and some better overlapping work. I don't think you need the stroke effect thing that we were doing as well there. And I think that you can see that on some of these. Oh no, that's just a static sculpt. You can see that on some of these other sharks. So like this shark here, he's got remix. Oh shit, it's all in paint? Oh fuck, I see what you mean. That's all stroked. Wow. And so what they've done is they've... Holy shit. Oh, how is that not killing everything? Oh my word, that is... So they've probably sculpted the base of the shark and then drawn on top of it using surface snap. At least that's what I would have done, especially looking at how the strokes are stroked out. Oh, damn. But then they must have... How are they getting the wobble? Is this physical strokes? No. No, right? They're not. It's physical strokes. Fucking mad people. Oh my word. It's physical strokes. It's physical strokes. I didn't even think. Oh my god, I have to show this to Mark. I have to show this to Mark. This is insane. Wow. I didn't realize. I'm just genuinely impressed. I have no other emotion to express there. That is really fucking cool. See, I played the game and I didn't register they had done that all with strokes. By Sabretooth. What else have they worked on? Car Garage. How do all the strokes not fall apart? I'm guessing they experimented carefully with that. I'm guessing there's quite a bit of trial and error there. Wait, did he say triangle to get out the car? Oh, the steering wheel's grabbable. Rewind. This is the same guy, yeah. Car controls quite nicely as well. Oh god, and he's got the wheels. Hold on, rewind. Oh, that gear change animation. You see that? Wow, that is impressive. Shop fridge destruction, big yellow truck. We've done a bunch of R2 stuff. Junkyard work in progress. See, this is what I love about the Dreamiverse. There's so many. You didn't notice the shark sculpt was in the scene. I didn't notice that in the game, when I played it as a game, that it was made of strokes. Oh, this is kind of cute. Round here from another dimension. Jeering Jock, thank you. Jeering Joker, thank you for the follow. Yeah, round here. I'm from another dimension. Oh no, that's not Jeering Joker's follow. That is the hosting alerts popping off. Wow, that is some fantastic creators. Okay, I don't feel like we remixed enough tonight. I will definitely do more. Despite what it says down below, I need to fix that. The schedule now is Monday, Wednesday, Friday. On Friday, we are going to be trying to finish Uncharted 3. Because Dreams is back onto Mondays and Wednesdays. But yeah, we're going to finish Uncharted 3 on Friday to get that one off the old shame pile. There may be a bonus stream on the weekend, see how I feel. And then yeah, we'll see what we're doing with Dreams next week. But yeah, I hope you guys drop in for some fun times with getting Uncharted off the old shame pile. Because it's been on my shame pile for quite some time. So ticking it off. And one of my favorite people is streaming, so let us go and all give a big hello to Acert. He is a great Logic streamer, a great Dream streamer, and deserves a lot of support. As always, it is lovely to see you all, and I will see you when I see you. Take care.